Here to do a Elden Ring review, which was my most anticipated game of the year, easily. I'm a big From Software fan. My favorite game of all time is Bloodborne, so I was dying to get my hands onto this game. So first I want to tell you about my first playthrough. It took 124 hours. I played as a samurai, and my rules were that I needed to play without co-op, without summons, and without using ashes on my weapon. So it was pretty challenging, definitely. It took me 124 hours to beat. I tried to look for everything in the game until to a certain point where the game just, to me, it kind of crashes a lot, like it goes downhill, which I will talk about in a few minutes. First, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do my review. Basically, I'm going to, go here into the map. This is the entire map of the game, and I'm going to tell you what I felt by playing in all of the areas of the game. What did I like and what I didn't like. I wanted to say that this game is a masterpiece. I cannot say it though. Sadly, I cannot say it. There's a lot of things in this game that doesn't work, that I feel wrong, that are wrong. I know a lot of people will not agree with me, but that, it's my review, it's my thoughts. I only played the game once. I'm currently on my second playthrough, but I don't think my opinion is going to change. So basically, we're going to start with Langrave. The first thing we do is fighting a boss, and it's a really bad boss, I'm not gonna lie. The first boss is inside here, and it's really lame. And that boss is he has a lot of things that I don't like about the bosses in this game. Like, he has combos that you cannot roll through it. You just cannot. Like, if you roll through an attack perfectly, you're gonna get hit by the second attack. It doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get hit by the second attack, and that happens in a lot of bosses like Margit and Morgoth, and also a lot of enemies like that enemy that has like 8 arms. I know probably if you play the game you know exactly what enemy I'm talking about. He's too fast and has way too many combos. For this game it doesn't make any sense. This is a very slow game compared to like Sekiro or something like that. So the first boss is really bad, and sadly that happens with a lot of bosses in this game. But then we get to here, and you get amazed by the view. You got a tree there, which is practically everywhere in the game, and it's beautiful, stunning. And then you have Langrave. So what are my thoughts about Langrave? So here we have the castle with Margit and Godric, and they're both good bosses. To me personally, I think Godric is much better than Margit. He's way too easy though. Like, sadly, Godric is very easy. But it's one of the best bosses in the game, in my opinion, and also one of the best musics in the game. Other highlights to me, definitely coming here to Siofra River. That is one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful areas in the entire game. And it also has like the boss that I wanted to see the most personally from the trailers. The deer, the blue deer that goes into the air and throws magic at you. That was the boss I wanted to see the most in the game. Sadly, that boss is not is not very good. He has like 5 attacks. He's like super easy. The music is very good though, but it was kind of a disappointment. So yeah, but Siofra River, amazing, beautiful, incredible. I will never forget that moment that I got there. It was absolutely stunning. Then down here we don't have nothing special other than Castle Morn. The descent to go to the boss on the beach is absolutely beautiful. I love doing it. It was such a great time. But then we have the boss, which is it's like a lion dude. I can't remember his name now, but is all right. It's not too bad, but I expected more from such a great descent from the castle, and that door on the middle of the beach or whatever that is. It's stunning. And so when I entered the fog gate, I was expecting an amazing boss that I would never forget. And sadly, we have just an average boss that you fight many more times and then even become just a normal enemy in the game, which is something this game does a lot, sadly. So there's not much to say about this entire area. That's the thing I remember the most, going down and fight the boss. Here we have the castle and Siofra River. We have also patches here, but that's personally to me, that's not a thing I care much. So looking at the map right now, I can't remember of any highlights. There's also, you know, the dragon here, but is extremely easy as well. But, you know, it's not difficulty that makes these games good, but, you know, if you played From Software games for a very long time, you kind of want to find, you know, have some challenge. And this dragon is way too easy. He has a very low HP. So, and you fight like 10, 12 dragons like this one. I don't understand. I really don't. Like, when you see it the first time, it's amazing. When you see it 10 times, it's just boring and repetitive. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about Limgrave, I guess. Can't remember much more. And then I went to Lyonia. That was my second, you know, place I've been. Sorry for my English, I'm not English, so I'm trying my best. But Lyonia is definitely one of the most beautiful places in the game. It's absolutely stunning. I love this entire area here with the water. There's so many variety of enemies. I will never forget the lobsters or those guys with the funny heads that are somewhere around here. And then we have the castle, which has, you know, the wolf boss, which is alright, and then Renala, which is absolutely stunning looking. Like, her arena on the second phase with the moon and the water is just incredible. It's probably, yeah, I think it's probably the best arena in the entire game. It reminds me of Rom as well from Bloodborne, which is a plus. The fight is also a little bit too easy, but it's a very, I like it. I personally like Renala a lot. She's nothing special, nothing like, you know, top tier boss or anything in Souls history, but it's a fun boss. And like I said, the arena of the second stage of the fight is absolutely incredible. What else can I remember? Yeah, this part is a bit annoying. There's like this magician here that I actually thought that I was fighting Mikolash. This guy just keeps running away from you. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, to be honest, but it's just some magician that just keeps running and throwing spells from a distance. It's fucking annoying. Other than that, oh yes, there's also here this place where you have all the hands, the enemies that are like gigantic hands and shit. That was really cool to see. They're a bit spammy, like they're not very good, fun to fight. They're actually, the big ones are, I think they're a bit, I don't know if, how can you even fight them properly, to be honest. They just keep jumping at you and they're so fucking big that it doesn't seem like you can go around them. And you cannot use the horse, I think, also inside, so... And then you have like a cool boss. It's nothing special, but you have like a Loretta, I think, the horse on the magic, throwing magic at you all the time. It's pretty alright, nothing special, but it's alright. And yeah, you also have Rainy Quest, I believe. I think that's her name. I actually haven't finished the quest, so I do not know. There might be something here that I haven't saw as well. I saw some people also doing something here, like they get caught by a certain enemy and they are taken to another area. I did not do that as well, but basically what I want to say is Lyonia is amazing. It's beautiful. It has a lot of secrets, a lot of bosses. I really like Lyonia. I can't say it has like this boss that wow me or anything, but it's a really nice place. So at this point I was really loving the game a lot. And then I went to Kale, which might surprise some people. I actually liked. So the enemies are a bit annoying, you know, like the crows and the dogs with look like Tyrannosaurus or something like that. But I really like this area. It has some really cool bosses. You know, there's like Santa Claus here in the middle. He looks like Santa Claus. It kind of reminds me a bit of Gale, like a $1 version of Gale. But I don't know, his moveset is kind of similar in a way. Maybe, and he looks a bit like him as well. I like this boss. It's not too bad. And then you have, you know, I think it's here you fight three NPCs. Here it was one of my favorite moments in the entire game, and you might think I'm crazy, but I loved going through this over, you know, all the way up to this tower and then all the way down to find one of my favorite bosses in the game, which is the Godskin Apostle. I love this boss. I only fought him here. I mean, I fought him here. This was the first time I found him, and it's my favorite music in the game by far. It's not even close. So this was one of the highlights in the game for me, the Divine Tower of Kale. It was absolutely amazing. I love that boss, but Elden Ring fashion, they fucking destroy the boss by putting the boss like 4 or 5 times, and then you know what happens. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game, but you fight two godskins at the same time, and it's probably one of the worst, if not the worst, fight ever made in From Software history. So they completely ruined the boss. It's not gonna make me not like the boss, but I think it should exist only here and nowhere else. That would be perfect. This place also marked me a lot because this is where you find Black Blade Kindred, I think that's his name. And Jesus, I found him very, very early in the game. And I decided myself that I was gonna beat him no matter what, even though I was doing like close to 0 damage to him. And he was killing me one hit. It was absurd. But I continue, I persist for like 2.5 hours, and I finally killed him using only melee, no summons, no nothing. And it gave me like 88,000 souls. I'm pretty sure it was 88. So I remember this fight pretty well because it was really challenging and it was way too early in the game. So I'm not saying it's a really good boss or anything, but it was challenging, and because I like challenges, it ended up being fun. What else? Like, of course I remember, the Radam Festival and all of that. It took me a long time to understand what I needed to do. In fact, I don't even know what I need to do to activate the Radam Festival. I wander around for hours and hours trying to make that happen, and suddenly it happens, so I don't know what triggers that. But it was really cool talking with all the NPCs, and then this is the best boss in the game for me. Like, I don't think I'll change my mind. Radam is the best boss in the game. Amazing music, amazing beginning, amazing arena. When he goes to second phase is absolutely stunning. You'll never forget the meteor. I got one shot, of course. I was not expecting that, so it was absolutely a surprise, and it was amazing. Like, his moveset is incredible. It was so hard fighting that boss. Another boss that I got stuck for like 2.5 hours. I fought him before the patch, so before the nerf. He was really challenging, and I didn't use any of the summons. But that's another cool thing about the boss. Like, I think using the summons makes the fight even cooler in a way, because you have this epic motherfucker there on the top shooting at you, and then you're just summoning people that go running with you, charging to this badass boss, and it's unforgettable. I didn't do it, but I saw other people do it, and it seems pretty awesome. I'll have to try it one day as well in other playthroughs. But yeah, best moments in Kale, best boss in the game easily for me. So, and then I went to here, Altus Plateau, apparently that's the name of this place, and this is probably the most stunning looking place here. This part here is the most stunning place in the entire game. Absolutely beautiful. It's probably the best place in the entire game. It's stunning. Some really cool enemies here. There's so much you can do. There's a lot of bosses. There's probably way too many bosses in this little bit here, and most of them are like repeat bosses. So yeah, it's not very good around here, but once you enter this entire place, it's absolutely incredible. And you have, Morgoth waiting for you at the top, which is a very good boss as well. One of the best of the game, and it's, at this point, I'm not gonna lie, at this point when I killed Morgoth, I was, this game was living up to my expectations. I was thinking, okay, I'm probably playing the best game ever made. This will be my favorite game of all time. And then, this shit happens. It's fuck this. Like, seriously, like, they should never have made this entire area. Like, mountaintop of the giants it's exactly here. This fucking space here, it's where the game turns to shit. Like, this is like, it reminds me of that Dark Souls 2 area where there's like blizzards of snow. Or, I'm sorry for my English, I'm probably saying something stupid, but if you play Dark Souls 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just snow everywhere. You cannot see a fucking thing in front of you. All of the enemies here, I might be wrong, but they're all repeat. They're all reskins. You've seen them before. All the bosses are all repeat, all reskins, except for the Fire Giant, which is a very, very annoying boss. He looks really cool. It's very epic and shit. But it's such an annoying boss to fight. It just keeps rolling from one side to the other and just spamming the fucking fireballs. It's not fun at all. But yeah, it's visually amazing, but other than that, this entire area, if I would delete it completely from this game. Like, you don't need this shit. This is garbage. All of this garbage, 100%. Take it out, and this game would be 10 times better. Like, I would definitely remove this from the game. And then, I'm not sure, because this is on my second playthrough, so I haven't unlocked a few things. But I guess here is where you fight Malena. And this place is gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. It reminds me of the Lord of the Rings. It's beautiful. It's really, really stunning. But it suffers from the same problem as this. You have repeat bosses, you have repeat fucking enemies, and then you have Malenia, which, I'll be honest, Malenia would be an amazing boss. Amazing if they remove that one fucking attack that everyone knows, everyone hates. And yes, I know you can dodge it. If you run in front of her for fucking 1 hour and then she does it, you can run away and then roll through it. You can also get a shield. Or you can also, you know, get Bloodhound Step, I think that's the name, but I have no idea where you get that in such a big game. The fact that you depend, in a way, of getting this certain item to actually fight the boss properly, it's unreal. Unfucking unreal. So this boss was easily the hardest in the entire game. It took me like 11 fucking hours because I didn't want to use shields. No. I was forced to use ashes though, like I did it solo melee. But fuck me, I went to use the ashes because I was bored to infinity of just running in front of her, waiting for her to do that fucking shit attack. I couldn't use shields as well, so no parries, no blocking, so it was a nightmare. Still, like, you know, the boss, the quality of the boss is there. The music on the second phase, the transition, the cutscene, the way she looks with all the butterflies flying around her, it's absolutely stunning. There's a really, really amazing boss there, but, you know, they really should remove that fucking attack. And I'm not so sure about the healing as well when she hits you. It's also a bit annoying, but I can live with that. What I cannot live with is, you know, with what attack I'm talking about. So, basically, this is a little better than this, but it's still all reskins and a boss that will fucking make you want to break your control. And then you have, I'm guessing this is it, the last area of the game with all the dragons and shit. And again, a lot of repeat enemies here. You have the Godskin Duo, which is probably the worst boss in the history of all the From Software games. And yeah, like, it's beautiful to look at. It's one of the most impressive looking areas with all the tornadoes and shit. But, I don't know, you also have Placidus Sax, I think that's his name, which is a really cool dragon boss. It's nothing impressive, but it's cool. It's not even close to Mither quality. Oh my god, that's almost, holy fuck. Not even close, not even touches his fucking nails on Mither quality. But it's a good dragon boss. Sorry for the sound. It's a very good dragon boss. And, you know, you have a boss that could have been the best boss in the entire game if it wasn't for the fucking first phase. I'm talking about, of course, Malekith, I think that's his name. Like, the first phase is dog shit, complete boringness. The music, you don't even notice the music in the first phase. And then second phase shows up and it's amazing. Malekith is absolutely stunning, but the boss also has another problem. It has so little health. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Godskin Duo, which is the previous boss, has a lot more health than you know, Malekith. So the boss, I mean, I'm not saying he's easy or anything, but due to his low health, you know, it's not going to take you a lot of tries, probably. Depends on, of course, the quality of you as a player or you know, your build and shit like that. But they should have changed the health bar. And I think it should have been only second phase. They should give Malekith the health from Godskin Duo, and it should have been only the second phase. And they would have in their hands one of the best bosses in this game, if not the best. Maybe not the best. There's one boss I need to talk about, which I'll talk right away after this. That's probably even better than Malekith. And I'm gonna do it right now, okay? Because that's all I have to say about this place. Stunningly looking. Some okay bosses, could have been better. And then we have, the final fights. We have some magician, I cannot remember the name. That fight is garbage, complete garbage. You just press R1, walk a little more to the front, press R1, walk a little more, and you just can keep staggering the boss like that. It's unreal. It's really bad. And then you have what could have been one of the best bosses, if not the best boss ever made by From Software, which is Godfrey. So how could this boss be the best boss ever made? Okay, first of all, they should not have made his ghost version or whatever it is, because when you get to him, you kind of already know his moves. He changes things a little bit by doing a stomp that occupies the entire arena. That's amazing because it really forces the player to roll, through his attacks or jump, which I fucking love. Like, I would say that the first phase of the Godfrey fight, it is the best fight in the entire game. Sadly, the boss has a second phase, and that's why Radam is the best boss in the game, because Radam is flawless in first and second phase. Godfrey is not flawless. The second phase, I do not know what the fuck I'm looking at. I was expecting that, the lion on top of him would, in some way do some attack or something. But no, he rips his lion off and then he becomes Hulk Hogan, man. I don't know if you know who Hulk Hogan is, but you probably know it's a wrestler from, WrestleMania. He doesn't fight anymore. That was a very long time ago. But yeah, it's like I'm playing a wrestling game. The guy just tries to grab me all the time and throw me into the air. And I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck am I watching? I don't understand. You went from the best boss to the game to playing, like, I don't know, a video game of, like Street Fighter or WrestleMania or something like that. I do not know. It reminds me of Zangief. I think that's his name from Street Fighter. I don't understand. So yeah, the boss quality drops like crazy. The music is amazing on the first phase. Second phase is not even close as good as the first phase. So sadly, we could have in our hands one of the best bosses ever made, if not even the best, and they've kind of fucked it with second phase. Second phase is very scary, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I'm not very good at the second phase, but they definitely should have done it different. I don't understand why we have a fucking wrestler on a Elden Ring in Elden Ring. It doesn't make any sense. To me personally, you might like it, of course. We all have different opinions. And then we have Radagon, which is probably my second favorite boss. Radagon is amazing. The arena is not good. I mean, it's just a little bit of land or whatever that is. There's also the fact that you have no fucking idea who this guy is. At least I didn't. Like, I'm not one of those people that will read every item that you catch, but from all the NPCs that I talked to, I don't know, maybe I missed something, but when I got to the final boss, I felt nothing. I was like, who's this dude? Why is he here? What is this arena? What does this all means? And maybe he has, there is lore about him that makes, him really important or something. I even heard a theory that he's like Marika, supposedly. I don't know. But I do not know. I have no idea. And I guess a lot of people will feel the same as me. They will get to the final boss and they were going to be like, what, who's this? And then, like, the boss is really good. I'm not going to lie. It's really, really, really good. One of the best musics in the game as well. But then you have Elden Beast, and like Elden Beast, like the arena is beautiful, the music is amazing, but the boss, I don't know, he just looks weird as fuck. He has this gigantic, I don't know, is that a head? I don't know. The boss design is so weird. It looks nothing like any other boss in the game. He completely feels out of place. And fighting him, I mean, it's not entirely bad. Okay, it's an average boss. Okay, I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and say shit. But after fighting such a cool boss like Radagon, and then you have to fight this dude, I was like, what? No, another boss that I would prefer not exist, and just give Radagons a few more attacks, give him more HP, and you had the final boss for the game. Beautiful, amazing. And a little bit of story somewhere, like some fucking cutscene at the middle of the game or something, talking about Radagon, so we kind of knew what were waiting for us or something like that, instead of just, who's this? So yeah, like, this is my review of the game. Like, the game is up until this point here, it was actually one of the best games I've ever played, if not the best. It was absolutely incredible, even though it has a lot of repeat bosses, you know, I could deal with it in a way. But when the game gets to here, you know, it's almost in Dark Souls 1, when you get to, you know, all the lava levels at the end of the game just falls flat and the boss quality turns to shit, and there's repeat enemies everywhere, repeat bosses everywhere. And I don't know, man, even the music from this game is not even close to the quality of Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3. Not even close, man. Like, the best music in the game for me is Godskin Apostle, and there's no other music that I can remember when I finish the game other than Radagon, because it's the main theme, it's practically the main theme, it's with a little changes. So when I finish this game, I remember 2 music, maybe 3, maybe Godfrey. I think I remembered his first phase, I guess. So that's, you know, compared to the soundtracks of Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3, that feels very underwhelming. And it goes the same for the bosses, man. Like, to me, there's only one boss with a quality, and I'm not even going to compare it to the best. I'm going to compare it like, I don't know, you might not agree with me, but I'm going to put Radam on the quality of, you know, like Pontiff Sullivan, like Father Gascoigne. There's no way I'm going to put Radam on the level of, you know, okay, let's use Dark Souls 3 by example, like Gale or Sister Fried, or even the Dancer. I'm sorry, I love the Dancer. You might not agree with me. You're probably laughing right now as I say this. I love the Dancer. It's one of the best fights ever. If you go to Bloodborne, I would not put Radam in the levels of Orphan of Cause, of Ludwig, of Gerben. No fucking way, man. No fucking way. So I would, and I can even talk about Sekiro. I'm not going to put Radam on the levels of Father Al, of Ishin the Sword Saint. No fucking way. I'm sorry. But it's still an amazing boss. But that's it. There's one amazing boss. There's one really good, which is Radagon. And then you have bosses with amazing potential that are either fucked by their first phase or their second phase, like Godfrey and like Malekith here. Those are the 2 biggest examples. Morgoth is also very cool, I'm not gonna lie. He's practically on the same level as Radagon, but I personally prefer to fight Radagon. To me, it's a much more fun fight. But Morgoth, I mean, has more of the spectacle, the arena, the transition to second phase. It's very visual, amazing, but the fight itself, I don't find it that much fun to do. I definitely prefer Radagon. So yeah, these are my thoughts about the Elden Ring. Is it a 10 out of 10? No, it's a 9, 9.5 maybe. To me, if they were to remove this shit mountain top of the giants, I would probably call it a masterpiece. Even though the Malenia and the last phase from the game are a bit copy-paste, I would probably, you know, definitely, not probably, I would definitely rate this game higher. So, amazing game. But at this point, I'm just waiting for the DLC, and hopefully it will give the best bosses and the best musics. That's what normally happens with From Software. They let the best for the DLCs, so I'm dying to see that. But for now, as it stands, this is a very good game, a 9 out of 10. But it's not perfect. I'm sorry, it is not perfect. And that is my review of Elden Ring. See you guys in another video. Adios.